Hello again, Rabbi.
Hello, Joe.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And as we sit here preparing this recording, a forecast of Arctic weather is predicted for our area with multiple layers of snow. And as always happens during that prediction, I was at the grocery store yesterday to pick up a few things and noticed there were no vegetables, there were no fruits, they were out of milk, and toilet paper was in dire shortage again. What is it that provokes this response in people? Oh no, it's going to snow. We're going to all starve. We'll have to eat the family dog. Nobody, we're not talking about you. Why do we react in such a way?
Yeah, I think this is a very human reaction to an event. One thing that doesn't help is the media and the weather forecasters. Let's see how many inches of snow are on the ground Monday morning. Not today, not tonight, but tomorrow morning. Let's see how much actual snow there is, and let's see what the weather forecasters did to us in taking a human feeling, survival, being nervous, being worried, and then whipping it up into a frenzy. We have to, as with all our emotions and feelings, stop and say, gee, how am I responding to my inner state? There's nothing wrong with worrying about survival, worrying about food. We should be concerned with if the power goes out. So you want to fill your bathtub with water so that you can flush the toilet. There's some practical things that we can do. Don't bring the generator into the house, and don't start lighting candles. There's all kinds of things that lead to disasters because we're not stopping and saying, I have this feeling. How do I respond to my inner state? And that's what I'd like to ask us to do. How do we respond to the weather forecast? How much snow are they predicting in our area? And how long will I actually be locked in so I can't go out? How much food do I have in the pantry, in the third refrigerator in the garage, in the freezer chest? Let's do an inventory. Let's see exactly what we have. And let's see how much toilet paper we have. Let's take a look and go, I'm prepared. Or, you know what? I don't have enough cans of tuna fish or canned vegetables in case the power goes out and I can't use the freezer. So let's be practical rather than a knee-jerk reaction that is overreacting and out of control and really doesn't do any. During the beginning of the pandemic, went into Costco and there was no paper towels, no toilet paper, no hand sanitizer. And then a month later, Costco had all those items down the middle of every aisle from floor to ceiling. And they were using a forklift to lift the pallets of toilet paper up. And everyone was so worried, we're never going to have toilet paper again. Come on, we're going to. And we don't live in New England. We're not in the Arctic. So it's 2 or 3 days. Do an inventory. Let's not respond negatively. And a lot of times we do that with a lot of our feelings. We get angry, we get annoyed, and then the outcome is not good, not the feeling, but my response to the feeling can hurt other people in my anger and my resentment. Something as unrelated but very related, road rage. Rather than saying, hey, that's annoying what that driver did. I'm annoyed. I'm going to scream at my radio. I'm going to punch the seat next to me. But instead of stopping and looking at our response to an inner state, we take our 9mm out from under the seat and shoot them. We run them off the road. Then what happens? We've now hurt another person, ourselves. We may go to jail. The outcome of our action isn't good. And that's what I want to do with our snowstorm. Let's take a look at this very human feeling. Oh my God, we might not have enough toilet paper, Joe. I only have 48 rolls of toilet paper. Is that going to be enough for the next 2 days? If it's not enough, I may need the ER, never mind more toilet paper. Something's very wrong. And I want to keep coming back to that, Joe.
I recall the broadcast of the woman who was loading up the back of her pickup truck with toilet paper while everybody was running out. And she was saying, "Hey, I got it. It's mine. Screw you." And I know you've said before, there's no good or bad, there just is. But a woman running away with all the toilet paper in a store seems to me not to be a good thing.
Well, hoarding, it's not good for society. It may make her feel better as a hoarder. It's not good if we look at society as a whole. We've had gasoline shortages that only resulted because people kept filling up their cars with gas at every other gas station. We've only had problems with toilet paper because of that woman hoarding. So she made a choice that's harmful for society. And I would question whether she should live in the Commonwealth of Virginia, because Thomas Jefferson saw it as a commonwealth, common weal, common good, that we should look out for each other. That's what he thought the state would be, the Commonwealth would be, a place where we'd consider other people and think about that. But she made a choice that hurt other people. And I have no idea about her feelings or her responses or anything else, but I'm not here to judge anything. That was her action, and it was harmful for others.
Well, can you give us any guidance on how to behave in a situation where there's a crisis, there's going to be shortages? What comes to mind now is the frantic need for COVID tests or home COVID tests. I belong to several listservs, and somebody would post, "Oh my God, there's 40 boxes of home tests at Wegmans.
Yeah.
Run over there now before they're all gone." And
Well, yeah, what we're doing is we're feeding off our fears, which is normal or reasonable, but we have to stop and say, why do I need a home test? Why am I testing? Gee, I'm retired, so I don't have to be concerned with going into work. I've had all 3 of the Pfizer shots, and if they decide to have a 4th, I'll get a 4th. I also got the Shingrix vaccine, which has much more serious side effects than the COVID shot. I've gotten the pneumonia shot, much more serious side effects than the COVID shot, because I weighed the disease against the side effects and the chances of getting them, and decided I'd rather take a chance on the side effect than getting the disease at 75. And that's what we should do here. Why do I need the home COVID test? Do I have to have it for work? Do I need it to go into school? Well, that's different. Do I need it to go to a restaurant? I'm not going to a restaurant. Oh, so part of this is the responding to this inner feeling without stopping for a moment and analyzing, how do I respond to how I feel? And is my response helpful, harmful, neutral, destructive? And I think therein lies the answer. And some people are very successful at it. And we want to talk to some of those people. How do they keep from panicking? We don't hear a lot about that. We don't hear from people who said, "Oh, I'm not going to Wegmans. There's no need for that many. There's no need for that many tests." And we now know that COVID is an airborne. So it's up to our schools not to test our kids, but to put in HVAC systems. They've had 2 years now to retrofit our schools with HVAC systems that will scoop up, will sterilize the air, and cut down the chances of our kids getting sick. So there's an answer to keeping our schools open. It's not about testing. It's not about math. It's not about anything else. Do what the science says. It's airborne. And hospitals and places that have installed high-tech HVAC systems don't have a problem. But we're focusing on the wrong things, Joe, and we have to stop and say to ourselves, I don't need the home test. Why am I doing this? I don't need 4,700 rolls of toilet paper. I don't go that often. So why am I letting why are my actions responding to my feeling in this way? Let me just stop it and go watch football.
Well, one thing I always know to go to, Rabbi, is your wisdom. You always have a calming and enlightening effect on me whenever we have a conversation. So thank you once again. And if you need help shoveling out, let me know.
And I would encourage our listeners, our viewers, to listen to our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, and any other place they like to listen to their podcasts, and also to check out on TikTok. The Rabbi and I, we have long and short, we have audios and videos. Thank you.